the Rosario Wonder Kid, long before Barcelona, the World Cups and Ballon d'Ors, and before his name became shorthand for greatness. Lionel Andrés Messi was just a boy from Rosario, Argentina, who loved football so much he'd play until the streetlights came on, and even then, he'd keep going. Born in 1987, Messi was quiet and shy off the pitch, but the moment he had a ball at his feet, he lit up. His first team was Grandoli, a small local club coached by his father, but the real driving force behind his early career was his grandmother Celia, who took him to matches, encouraged him constantly, and convinced coaches to give the tiny kid a chance. She famously told them, "Put him in, he's better than the big kids." She wasn't wrong. By the time he joined Newell's Old Boys at age 8, Messi was already doing things kids his age weren't supposed to do, gliding past defenders, scoring for fun, and controlling games like a veteran. But a major challenge was ahead. At 11, Messi was diagnosed with growth hormone deficiency. Treatment was expensive, and Newell's couldn't cover the full cost. Some Argentine clubs hesitated to take on the financial commitment, even though they knew they had a generational talent on their hands. Fate intervened when Messi's family arranged a trial at FC Barcelona in Spain. The trial was short, but enough to impress the coaches. Barcelona offered him a place in La Masia, agreeing to pay for his medical treatment. The contract was famously signed on a paper napkin, one of the most important pieces of paper in football history. The La Masia prodigy, 2000 to 2004. At 13, Messi arrived in Barcelona, far from home and barely speaking Spanish the way locals did. The transition wasn't easy. He missed his family and struggled to adapt socially, but on the pitch, everything clicked. La Masia, Barcelona's famed youth academy, was the perfect environment to sharpen his raw gifts. He trained alongside future stars like Cesc Fabregas and Gerard Piqué, and even among such talent, Messi stood out. His dribbling was sharper, his touch softer, his ability to change direction almost unfair. Coaches realized quickly that they weren't just training another promising youngster, they were working with a once-in-a-lifetime player. He tore through youth leagues, scoring at will and embarrassing defenders with his low center of gravity and ability to change pace in an instant. By the time Frank Rijkaard gave him his first team debut in 2004, he was ready. At just 17, Messi scored his first senior goal for Barcelona, a calm chip over the goalkeeper that hinted at the composure and precision that would define his career. The Ronaldinho apprenticeship, 2004 to 2008. Messi's early years with the first team came during the Ronaldinho era. The Brazilian superstar wasn't just Barcelona's main attraction. He was also Messi's mentor. Ronaldinho's creativity and joy rubbed off on the young Argentine, who often describes him as a key influence in his career. Messi's role grew steadily, and by the 2005-06 season, he was becoming a regular starter. That same season, Barcelona won the Champions League, although Messi missed the final due to injury. Even so, his performances, especially in La Liga, were electrifying. In April 2007, Messi scored what many still call the goal of the century against Getafe, dribbling past half the team in a move eerily similar to Diego Maradona's iconic 1986 World Cup goal against England. That wasn't just a great goal, it was a declaration. The future of Barcelona was here. By 2008, Ronaldinho was on his way out, and Messi was ready to take the mantle. The Guardiola Revolution, 2008 to 2012. Pep Guardiola's arrival in 2008 transformed Barcelona into one of the greatest club sides in history, with Messi as the centerpiece. Guardiola moved Messi into a false nine role, playing centrally but dropping deep to link play, and the results were devastating. In 2008-09, Barcelona won the treble, La Liga, Copa del Rey, and Champions League. Messi scored in the Champions League final against Manchester United, leaping above Rio Ferdinand to head home. A rare but unforgettable goal. That year, he won his first Ballon d'Or. What followed was an unprecedented period of dominance. Between 2009 and 2012, Messi won 4 consecutive Ballon d'Ors, set scoring records that seemed untouchable, and formed a telepathic connection with Xavi and Andrés Iniesta. In the 2011-12 season, he scored an absurd 73 goals in all competitions, a record for European football. Barcelona's tiki-taka, with Messi as its deadliest weapon, redefined how the game was played. The rivalry with Ronaldo, 2009 to 2018. Cristiano Ronaldo's arrival at Real Madrid in 2009 created the most famous individual rivalry in football history. Every El Clasico became a global spectacle, with Messi and Ronaldo pushing each other to new heights. heights. Messi won La Liga titles, Champions Leagues, and countless Copa del Reys during this period. His hat trick in the Santiago Bernabeu in 2014, his Champions League final goals, and his magical solo runs all became part of football folklore. But it wasn't all joy. On the international stage, Argentina came close but fell short. The 2014 World Cup saw Messi win the Golden Ball, but Argentina lost the final to Germany. The Copa America finals of 2015 and 2016 brought more heartbreak, with Argentina losing both on penalties. After the 2016 final, a devastated Messi announced his retirement from international football, only to reverse his decision weeks later. The veteran leader, 2018 to 2021. As Messi entered his 30s, his game evolved. He wasn't the relentless runner of his early years, but he became even more dangerous in different ways, dropping deeper, orchestrating attacks, delivering passes that split defenses, and still finishing with clinical precision. In 2019, he won his 6th Ballon d'Or after carrying Barcelona to another La Liga title and the Champions League semi-final. That semi-final ended in one of the most painful moments of his career, a 4-0 collapse against Liverpool after winning the first leg 3-0. Finally, in 2021, Messi's international heartbreak ended. Leading Argentina in the Copa America, he scored 4 goals and provided 5 assists as they defeated Brazil in the final at the Maracana. It was his first senior international trophy, and the image of his teammates lifting him in celebration became one of the defining moments of his career. The PSG chapter, 2021 to 2023. In the summer of 2021, Barcelona's financial crisis forced them to part ways with their greatest player. In a tearful press conference, Messi said goodbye, ending a 21-year journey at the club. Days later, he signed for Paris Saint-Germain. His first season in Paris was about adjustment, learning a new league, new teammates, and a different system. Even so, he produced moments of brilliance. By the second season, he had fully found his rhythm, combining with Neymar and Kylian Mbappe in one of football's most feared attacking trios. But the true peak of this period came at the 2022 World Cup in Qatar. Messi delivered a tournament for the ages, 7 goals, 3 assists, and a commanding presence in every match. In the final against France, he scored twice and converted his penalty in the shootout. Lifting the World Cup was the final jewel in his crown, cementing his status as, for many, the greatest of all time. The Inter Miami era, 2023 to present. In 2023, Messi made another surprising move, this time to Inter Miami in Major League Soccer. Many thought it was the beginning of a quiet wind-down to his career. Instead, he lit the league on fire. Within weeks, he had led Miami to their first ever trophy, the League's Cup, scoring spectacular goals and creating chances effortlessly. Stadiums sold out across the country, and MLS viewership skyrocketed worldwide. Messi's presence didn't just transform his team, it elevated the entire league. Now in his mid-30s, Messi continues to show that his football brain and technical mastery can dominate games even as his pace fades. With over 800 career goals, more than 40 major trophies, and every individual award imaginable, Messi's story is one of relentless excellence across every era of his career. From the streets of Rosario to the bright lights of Miami, he has redefined what greatness looks like.